This is video 5 of 5 in the Mapping Your Community training video series to assist local governments in identifying and mapping geographic areas with significantly disproportionate concentrations of underserved populations to address new state requirements related to conducting a major equity analysis contained in the transportation planning rules. In this video, we will provide step-by-step instructions for how to export and save a copy of your map. As a reminder, DLCD is providing these training videos and the accompanying guide as part of their technical assistance program. This guidance is a resource both for cities required to meet requirements in the transportation planning rules and for those wanting to enhance their community engagement. This guidance is intended to assist in the interpretation of an administrative rule, but does not itself have the force of rule. This guidance includes recommendations that are one way to be consistent with the rules, but other data sources and methods are also allowable. To prepare your map for exporting, the first thing you'll want to do is rename the population estimate layer because it appears in the map legend with this title. Rename this to the attribute you're mapping. In this example, you'd want to rename the population estimate to number of people with a disability. Do this by clicking on the three dots next to the layer name and clicking Rename. Next, you'll open the Print Options panel to adjust the print settings. Print options are used to export your map into various digital formats, such as JPEG and PDF. The print icon is here on the left-hand side of the menu. Note that depending on how large your monitor is, this button may appear on the main left-hand menu as three little dots. You'll have to click the three dots to get to the print option. You will want to adjust several of the print settings in the Print Options panel. We'll go through each one. The title appears at the top of your map layout, and you want this to be descriptive of what you are mapping. I'll write people with a disability in the Salem-Keizer UGB. Next, you'll need to choose an appropriately sized print template. Each of the choices in the drop-down menu is a standard paper size. We recommend letter ANSI A in either portrait or landscape, depending on the geographic boundaries of your city. For Salem-Keizer, portrait is a better fit. The Show Print Area field is toggled on by default. If you toggle it on and off, you can see that it puts a blue dotted outline on the map pane. This shows you the boundary of the printed map, and you can use it as a guide to center your community by clicking and dragging the map. Finally, you can choose from common file formats for printing your map. We recommend selecting PDF if the map will be a standalone document, and JPG if you will be embedding the map in a Word document. For this example, we will choose JPG because we are planning to use it as a figure in a transportation system plan. Next, click the Advanced Options button. A drop-down will appear with several more options. We'll go through each. Set scale. First, you can use the Set Scale field to manually adjust how big the blue box of the print area is. This can be used to more finely align the print area with your city's UGB. If you're happy with the default size of the blue box, you can leave this as is. In my example, some of the Salem UGB falls outside of the blue box. I'll manually adjust this scale to 150,000 so it fits better. Remember, a smaller number here means that your map area will be smaller, and a larger number means that your map area will be larger. The author field adds a line of text to the bottom right corner of your map. You can use it to identify your agency or provide other information that might be relevant. The copyright field adds a line of text below the author section. You can use it Use this to provide copyright information or other relevant text, such as your agency's web address. The DPI field controls the print resolution. DPI stands for dots per inch. The default DPI of 96 is acceptable for most web uses, but if you're planning to share in a PDF, we recommend that you change this to at least 150. If you plan to print your maps, 300 DPI will look best on most printers. I'll note here that there is a known bug that if you have chosen to set a scale using the checkbox at the top of the form, changing the DPI will make the print area outline change. This is frustrating, but don't worry, it doesn't actually change the print area of your map. When you export the map, it will show you the area you were originally set. Output spatial reference field provides GIS-specific information. Unless you know the specific value to put here, you should leave it blank. Make sure the Include Legend box is checked, unless you plan on adding a legend using a different tool, such as Adobe Illustrator. And then you'll want to check the Include North Arrow box to make sure there is a north arrow included on the map. We're all done with the settings, and so you can click the Export button to create your map. The Exports tab opens automatically, and you'll see your map title listed here. Click on your map title in the Export tab to open the map in a new window. Here's what your map will look like. You can see all of the elements we just added in the print settings. Here is the title, legend, north arrow, author, and copyright, although we didn't use those for those fields. You can download the map to your desired location, and you're all finished.